life forms of Earth. It's time! Although I'll be a little late in my schedule because that ship's already sailed. I digress. It's time for the Scottish Invert Show Pickups! Smiley face.
Hello everybody, of course I am the Invertebrarian. Thank you for joining us here today on the channel. If you're new or if you enjoy this video or if you enjoy any of my videos, please consider subscribing because it really helps the channel out and it would be hugely appreciated from me. So in this video we are looking at what we purchased from the Scottish Invert Show of 2023. It was an absolutely amazing day. The footage is there for you to see. Tried to do a wee bit differently by speaking to the actual stall holders as opposed to just filming the stock. So yeah, without further ado, we're just going to crack on with what we got. Sadly, there has been a loss, and it was going to be my final show of the video. It was a small bark spider we got from the spider shop, and I was checking on it this morning, and it was hanging from a bit of webbing off its little branch. I had hoped it was a molt, but unfortunately it has passed away. It's kind of down here, and this was going to be like my final, like, ooh, look at this big, well, not big, but look at this absolutely awesome purchase that I got at the show. Little bark spider there. It's got this little core on its head, and it was just absolutely stunning, and it seemed to be doing really well. I removed all the substrate like I was advised to do, but yeah, sadly little nodule head there has passed away, which is really gutting because that was going to be my like, this is the most awesome thing I bought, but it's what it is. Not that, well, I mean, I bought loads of awesome stuff, but that was like the most unique kind of thing that I bought. But anyway, without further ado, sad news out of the way, on with the good part, because there's loads of good stuff to see. So yes. So just as we were leaving, we were chatting to Mike from MK Exotics and Horticultural Supplies. that's an easy one to say. Horticultural Supplies. MK Exotics and Horticultural Supplies. And he was the one that had those really cool, unique 3D printed sort of towers that you could adjust and make them to the height you wanted, and there's loads of different colours, and it was just absolutely amazing. Anyway, he gifted me and the wee man some of these cool little 3D printed crystals. Wee man's got them through in his room. He absolutely loves his wee crystals. So just a huge thank you to you for them. So it was really cool. Just grabbed one off him. So that was a huge thank you to Mike, MK Horticultural Supplies. Awesome, sort of thank you ever so much. Over at Zoo Centre, we picked up this. I actually thought this one was a dunner as well. Eschathelli caudata. These are absolutely amazing. I probably should have grabbed a couple because if I recall correctly, double check, but I'm pretty sure these guys can be kept in groups. I'm pretty sure. I'll change the camera and we'll get a proper look at this one. So here we are. We've changed angle. Absolutely stunning. These are really heavy webbing, beautiful spiders. If you've seen the video before, you know I used to have one in the old wall jar set up. Look at the markings on the abdomen, and having a look at that, I'm now starting to wonder if we have a mature male on our hands. Indeed, I think we might. So I will need to speak to Zoo Centre and see if we've got any females, because yeah, that would be a shame. Where are you off to, pal? I'm having a bolt around my arm. I'm now covered in web, but he's away back into his little tub. I'll probably pop him into something else very shortly. But that was from Zoo Centre, my local store through in Dundee. They are absolutely awesome. But I do have a funny feeling we have ourselves a mature male there. Anyway, on with the show. Now this next one, I'm not going to give you any clues as to who this is from, where we purchased this. You've got to take a guess. I think once you see the enclosure, you will probably know exactly who I purchased this from, because they make very unique and interesting enclosures, but I'm not going to give you any clues. Let's see if you can guess where this one's from. And it's a screw top one, which I can't unscrew one-handed. But yeah, it's our very, very good friends at Invert Mansions. Invert Mansions. We absolutely love Invert Mansions. In fact, the last one we got off of them, they were actually asking me to show how it was getting on. I've been growing OBT in here, who really needs a rehouse. Where are you hiding, pal? Oh, there you are, right around there, right around the front. So as you can see, OBT definitely needs a wee upgrade, and I've actually got a plan in mind, because I think who was originally going to go into this one might now go into this one, and this one might go into this one. So we might just do some swapsies there, because what's going into that one's way smaller than this, and yeah, you definitely need an upgrade. But anyway, I digress. So Invert Mansions, absolutely love their stuff, absolutely love it. So there we go. Cool, really nice enclosure in there, and as I say, screw lid, just absolutely awesome, unique, different, really interesting showpiece. I just absolutely love them. If you ever want a really cool, awesome, unique, amazing enclosure, do check out Invert Mansions, because they just provide something a little bit different from the normal, you know, so like Exoterra and tubs and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just, you've got your Exos and all that. They just, you know, they're very similar looking, but then you get to these and you're like, woohoo! Just so different. Different, we like different. Different's good. Right, onwards we go. So next up, just as we were getting ready to leave, Ben came running over to me and handed me, now I can't actually, Australis, something, I'll confirm what it is, but we were gifted this absolutely beautiful little scorpion here, and you can see those orange springtails. We'll need to try and cultivate them, because they're absolutely awesome. But Australis, oh, I can't remember, it's gone right up my head. But anyway, a huge thank you to you, sir. Hey, look at that little orange springtail. It's just, they're pretty cute. I've got to admit, I do now really like orange springtails. But it's not about the orange springtail, it's about the tiny little awesome scorpion. Just look at that. Lychees, not lychee. I'll try and find out and put it on the screen. I know the word I'm trying to say, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Right, let's leave this little one. Oh man, just amazing. Thank you ever so much as well to you for this amazing gift. That's absolutely really kind of you, and just amazing. Truly, thank you ever so much. So next up, was Tiny Terra. So as well as the Invert Mansions enclosure, we got this one from Tiny Terra. So this is a handmade, 3D printed enclosure. Nice easy lid system to use there. What I quite liked about this is you can't actually put it on the wrong way around, because the dimensions are just ever so slightly different. So even if you try to put it on the wrong way around, you couldn't. It can only go on the correct way around. As you can see, we've not done anything with it. Cellophane is still on it. Lots and lots of lovely ventilation on there. Absolutely quality. I couldn't resist. I saw them, I was chatting to them. I think I gave one of the really nice guys really severe anxiety issues shoving a camera in their face, although I must confess, he got his partner to do the actual presentation thing, so shame on you, sir. But no, seriously, Tiny Terra, I think we can finally take this film off now that I'm actually filming. So I'll get that off of there. I'll try and get that off of there. There we go. So Tiny Terra. These things are amazing. I absolutely love this. As soon as I saw the stall, I knew I had to buy something. But what good is an enclosure without something to go into the enclosure? So from them, I also purchased this lovely little lady who's hiding up here. Hold on. Hey little girl. So she has actually had a little molt, and she's had a little feed, and she's looking pretty awesome. Hello. She's probably wondering, what's going on. I was just chilling in my little cocoon, and then some big goon came and shoved the camera in my face. But this beautiful little stunner is going to go into the Tiny Terra enclosure. So this was purchased from them, this was purchased from them, and yeah, absolutely amazing. But there's one final little thing that might make Steve happy that isn't actually to do with the purchase, but it's something I did.
Oh yeah, what's that, Mr. Invertebrarian?
So for my Tiny Terra, this thing here, Tiny Terra, I decided I was going to make my first ever proper background, because Steve over at Tarantula Fantastic Enclosures has been on at me, because I'm an admin on his group. He's been on at me for quite some time that I don't actually really make my own backgrounds. I throw lots of branches and twigs and bits of wood and such like him. So he challenged me at the last show, I think it was the Bedford show, to make my own background, and he gave me some stuff away with me, and I've just never really got round to it until I saw this enclosure, and I thought, for once, I'm going to make my own background. So I've not filmed the process because I'm an idiot, but basically here it is. So what originally I wanted to do was the background. I'll explain. So here is our background for our little jumping spider. So my original concept, I was gonna mount the skull, and this was meant to represent the moon, but it went horrendously wrong, and I just coated it in the same crap. The flowers just purely decorative, just to fill that gap. And the idea was this was going to be the moon. I was going to decorate it differently. I used this black grit on the background here because my kind of thinking along the lines was if the light hit it, it might vaguely represent stars. But it's part of a bigger picture, which you will see shortly when I put it all together. But I put a little bit of moss in there, look, and there's a little escaped hatch out the back. Out the back there, look, little, you can't really see it very well because of the lighting. But what I did was I actually cut a piece of the polystyrene from an Exoterra background. That's what all they're really good for. I cut a section off of that. I used a bit of expanding foam to create a bit of texture on the background here, and embedded the skull, which I forgot to mask off when I was putting the sealer on. But anyway, don't tell Steve. So yeah, I just thought it was quite quirky, different, unique, unusual, but it's part of a sort of bigger picture. Hey, I'm Farm Supplies badge in the back there. Yeah, so right, I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to show you the kind of finished product of what I'm trying to do here. And now for the reveal! Woohoo! So you saw that background, and we've got a bit of substrate in there. You should start to see the image coming together. Dun 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 dun. Oh, there we have it. Our werewolf themed Buffy the Vampire Oz enclosure. So we've got Oz, we've got the skull, we've got what was meant to be the moon and the twinkly stars behind him, but that didn't work out very well, so we just kind of shoved in some planetary, and we had that little shelf that we bought as a jumping spider pack, but that one came loose, so we kind of wedged it into the underside there, just create a little shelf, and I love it. Absolutely love it. It's crazy, it's wacky, it's mental, it's bonkers. It's, yeah. There you go, Steve. I made a background. A completely unique, one-of-a-kind background. Woohoo! Our little jumping spider's going to go and live in. But anyway, yeah, Steve, there you go. This is a special portion of this video just for you, me old mucker. Now, if anybody wants to know how to make a background similarly to this, don't ask me. Go and watch some of Steve's videos. But as I say, it's simply a bit of polystyrene, some expanding foam, some goods stuck into the expanding foam. This was just carved out of the expanding foam. Say expanding foam one more time. That was just carved out, and then the whole lot was coated with the sealant and covered in this aquarium gravel that I thought would vaguely represent stars, but in the end it just looks kind of slightly gothic-y. But I thought the dead flowers, the werewolf figure and the skull and everything just set it off nicely. Anyway, I've prattled on about this bit. Let's get the little spider in there, because it's about time. You, my pretty, and this is a female, sex female, are going to go and live in your new house, which I have designed just for you. So let's see what you think of your new house. Let's see if we can just... Oh, there we go, and we're in. We're in. Oh, she's off. She's way down. She's gone. Gone. Down the bottom. Should see her start to climb up. She's just in behind the fake foliage just now. It's not fake foliage, it's dried foliage. Yeah, I mean, there's lots and lots. Probably should have glued him down. Lots and lots of decorations, hiding places, bits for her to climb on, web on. We'll pop the lid on it. Nice little locking system. It's nice and secure. There are lots of ventilation. So I am very, very happy with how that's looking and how that's turned out. Hopefully she will be happy in there, and it'll get webbed up and it'll look absolutely awesome. Absolutely loving it. She's climbing up just now, should be appearing. Let's have a wee look. Da, da, da. So yeah, Tiny Terra, there you go, that's your enclosure put to use. Background made, Steve, and I would quite like to get some of these. I've got a set of 4 figures that I think would look absolutely friggin' awesome. Yeah, I've got 4 figures that would look really, really cool inside one of these things. They're not Buffy figures, but they are figures 4 of a set of figures. There's 4 of them, and I think with the right background it would look absolutely friggin' awesome. So that's maybe a project for the future, because there are a couple of figures I've wanted to use in an enclosure before, but I think 4 individual units could look pretty cool. So yeah, there we go. That's that. Next thing I'm going to do is dump a few of my swing tails in there. See what it's like. 3 monster tails. Next up, the one and only, the good old Unseen Universe and their antlions. Now, unfortunately, as soon as I move the top, its little cone cave indentation caved in. It's somewhere down here. So what these guys do, it'll be quite funny because later I'll be sitting and all I'll hear is chick, 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 and it'll be throwing the sand, and the sand will be hitting off of there. So what these guys do is they create a little bowl. That's probably a better word to use. They create a little bowl, funnel. Oh, we're getting even better with the words. Create a little funnel down to where they rest at the bottom with this cone coming up, and as prey falls in, it'll slide down and it'll attack from below. I'm using my fingers as a representation in case you got the two mistaken. If they try and climb back up out the side, they will actually throw bits of sand to dislodge the edges to cause it to cave back down again, which is really, really cool. So just for your guys, there is a antlion. That's what an antlion looks like, and immediately you'll see it start to shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy to the break of dawn, yeah. It'll shimmy it down to the sand. That's where it'll hide. There's powerful jaws poking out. As I say, it will make this tunnel. It'll kind of create a cone funnel. Funnel's the word we decided on, wasn't it? It'll create a funnel going down into its jaws, which will wait at the bottom, a bit like the sarlacc pit. But anyway, this is its larvae form. Obviously, once it turns into adults, I think they kind of look a bit like crane fly, that kind of thing. But they stay in this form for, I think, a couple of years. They stay as larvae. So obviously, Unseen Universe, Mitch. I absolutely love you, man. I love Mitch. I love Gav. They're like two of my besties. They're my fellow Rumble Bums. Love the guys. Absolutely love the guys. And so yeah, that is my antlion. So now we're actually on to the final one, because we had some bad news at the beginning. But the last one is the social ladybird spider, the Stegotyphus damicola, whatever you want to call it. These are fairly teeny tiny just now. There's, I think, if I recall correctly, they're all kind of chilling in about this bit here. There we go, you can see movement in there. I think the three of them are actually in there together. Oh, probably because I'm pinging the webbing as well. So you can see one just there, reversing out. Two just down there. I think you could just make it the third one through the webbing there as well. So there's three of them. So my original thought was to put the three of them into our new enclosure that we got from Invert Mansions. That was kind of my original thinking, but they are quite small. They get to about the same size as a rhesus, just in case anyone's wondering. Ladybird spiders. Well, they are ladybird spiders, but you know what I mean. They get to a decent size. So what I'm thinking is perhaps move them into the smaller pepper shaker style one. We'll put the lid on back there. So my thought, I'm zooming out, is clear out this one and put the OBT into that one and put them into this one. Right, so we've cleared the jar out because from Invert Mansions they use this stuff. It's called Flocket. I'm not swearing at you. It's called Flocket. It's a coloured sponge, and apparently, which I was unaware of, but if you're watching this video, hopefully you will now be aware of it. Flocket contains chemicals and dyes that it's not good for your spider. Basically, it could lead to severe problems. If this gets hydrated and the colours seep out, or the spider tries to feed off it, the chemicals could damage or harm or kill your invert. So we have emptied it out. We've kept out the other bits of decor that we're going to reuse. I've decided that OBT can stay in there for now. What we're going to do is move our new purchases into the new purchase, similar like we did for the jumping spider. We're going to use the new stuff for the new purchases. So I'm going to go and decorate this little bad boy, and then we'll get right back to you. Good old Invert Mansions. There you go. Redesigned the jar. So now all we need to do is get these guys moved across. See if we can get a better look at them. 1, 2. Where's number 3 gone? See 2 there. Oh, there we go. So that we want to set. So there we go, we're at the end of the video. Hope you've all enjoyed what we got at the Scottish Show as much as I have. Sad news at the beginning there, but lots of loveliness. Moving on, Steve, I really hope you enjoyed the special segment that was dedicated just to you, you great big jobby-headed poo-face bomb of wool. But anyway, thank you ever so much for everybody that takes time to watch this video. Please pop your comments below. Please, as I say, do like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that malarkey. And that is it from us. That's Scottish Show 2023 pickups. Absolutely over the moon. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody we spoke to, and apologies for those of you I put on the spot. So anyway, here's to the next one. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.